Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite tips and tricks video. In this video, I'm going to be analyzing my gameplay on how to be a Fortnite god. This is a pretty high kill solo win I got a little bit ago. I know you guys have been loving these videos where I analyze the gameplay, so that's what I wanted to do and talk about it in today's video, and it should be pretty exciting. So basically, I'm going to be walking through each decision that I make and why I made it, and basically what you guys can learn from each engagement and how to be a better player at Fortnite solo. But before we get into that, I want to say a couple things. First of all, we just hit over 500,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing, man. It truly is a blessing. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Thank you guys so much for 500,000. It's just been amazing. 500,000 already. I started doing Fortnite on this channel and basically started going hard on this channel on February 14th, and we've already hit 500,000 subscribers in just over 5 months, maybe since then. It's been, or 5.5 months. It's been absolutely awesome. I want to thank all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything. You guys keep me motivated on a day-to-day basis and allow me to do what I love, making these Fortnite videos and everything. It's been awesome. So thank you guys so much for 500,000. And I guess now we're starting that road to 1 million. Next, I want to say I've been doing some giveaways and giving away battle passes as well as basically V-Bucks codes, which you can use for the battle pass or other stuff to my subscribers to celebrate the start of season 5. I'm still giving away more of those. I just re-upped on like another $250 in codes the other day, so I still have a lot of those left. So if you guys want a chance to win, I know there's a bunch of people always entering, but I am giving away quite a few. There's just so many people entering. Of course, I've spent now total like $750 on it since the start of season 5, and I'm going to continue to give away more and more. So I appreciate you guys. Basically, all you have to do if you want a chance is be subscribed to the channel, comment down below where you play Fortnite, and smack a like on the video if you guys can. The like isn't required, but that's about it. Let's get into it. Talk about the tips and tricks. Thank you guys for 500,000, and let's analyze my gameplay. Now, the first thing I want to say is how to get a lot of kills and get a win. You always want to land at tilted, man. Tilted is the only constant in this game where no matter when or where the bus is, if you drop there, people are going to go there and it's going to pop off. Now, you'll notice that one thing I do, I land on the top of Big Bertha, Trump Tower, the biggest tilted tower, a castle, whatever people call it. I land on top of there for a couple of reasons. Number one, sometimes people land with you there and you can get a couple kills quickly on the actual top of that building or in that building. Number two, if there's an AR on the roof or a long-range weapon like you guys saw earlier in the gameplay, I can look around and pick people off from a distance for basically free kills. That is by far the most hectic spot to land, but it is the best to land there for the most kills. It's going to be the most risky, but it's high risk, high reward situation. That's why I do. Basically here, at this point in the game now, I have a bunch of shields, and I sort of have, I have a lot of shields, and I'm hunting people down because I feel confident. Even though this guy hits me, which normally I would be screwed here, I would have 100 health, I have 2 big pots and I had 4 minis going into that, and I'm boom right back up to 187 health. No concern. You have to play, and a good player will adapt to a situation. So you'll realize that if I'm 75 health, I'm not walking into a building blindly where there could be a trap or a guy hiding. But because I'm getting pretty lucky with loot, which of course the game is RNG in a certain aspect, I'm able to push my luck basically. And I remember there was a med kit over here, so I come over here and top off for the extra 13 health. But I'm able to play to my health. I'm going to be full on everything. Plus I have that re-up, and carrying that re-up is such a big thing that I see a lot of people pass up. Some people go for like 4 guns or 5 guns. Me personally, I really think if you're pushing the tempo, if you're playing aggressively, 3 weapons plus 2 heals, and then late game you swap it out for maybe 1 heal is the way to go, because there's a large difference between playing and scared to be getting damaged at all or basically being able to run wild. Here I'm able to run wild and I'm just being able to push people. I get a couple shots into this guy, I'm ramping up, and right there I actually mess up my ramp, which was a major mistake. Luckily I'm able to come out behind him and sort of play this smart. I'm making sure I have the height advantage. I'm making sure I know he's a little bit weaker than me because of course I'm full and I already hit him, so he's probably a little bit weaker. Boom, I push the tempo and that headshot with the shotguns. As far as shotguns go, man, I'm really sold on. It's crazy because I switched my mind like since the start of the season. Pump over tac, man, because of the SMG meta. You're always going to carry in that third slot some sort of an SMG, a P90, a drum gun, and the fact with that is like running that pump, it's just so much more consistent. With the tac, I can win fights but a lot of the times I'll take me 2 or 3 shots, and any half decent player, when you're taking 2 to 3 shots to kill them, they're going to hit you for some big damage. And that's why I prefer pump, and then boom, you aim for the head, you make that thing punish. The pump and the heavy, if you hit a clean shot, even at a decent range, it does big damage. And of course, you have to aim for that head. 2 times multiplier. You need to hit those headshots, man. With the blue pump, you're hitting for a 170 to the head. Once you hit that, switch the SMG, tap them once or twice if that doesn't already kill them, and you're good to go. Right here, the strategy that I use is basically ramping up, and I'm ramping above my head too, so his chance to get a shot in on me are a lot more limited. I hit him right there in the head for a 62 damage headshot, which is important. Right here, I realize I don't have the tempo. He has the advantage on me, so what I try to do is I try to create space for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to create space because I don't want to get hit by those grenades. He's spamming Semtex grenades, or whatever they're called in this game, clinger grenades. I'm used to Semtexes from Call of Duty. It's basically the same thing. And those things can do big damage. Plus, he's also spamming that grenade launcher. I always try to disengage from the grenade launcher because they can bounce inconsistently. And even, against a bad player can get a good shot in with those. Right here, I see right there. And that's what you have to do with pump shots. Is in between. You have to be building in between your pump shots or ducking back behind cover, because there is a significant time in between shots, and that's what you're able to do. So right here, I feel like I'm good on the shields because, of course, I'm able to get that. I'm going to make sure I'm cleanly in the zone, build a little base around you, which is a major key, man. You should always do this when you're having a good game, so you don't just get randomly sniped. And then I realize, okay, I'm good on shields, but what I need now is health, and that's something that I'm a little bit wonky on. Now, I do know that there's apples up here. Important thing is to have good map awareness, to know where the next zone is, how much time you have. Every time you spot an enemy, you see a tree fall, you hear an ATK, you hear a rift. Take note of those things and sort of have a mental map filled in on your mind. So I know there's apples up here, and I'm thinking that, okay, I can grab a couple apples, and even if that gets me 130 health is what I have total. Health and shield, I basically just combine them. They're the exact same. Only thing is that HP can only be, or whenever you take fall damage, or whenever you are in the storm, it only hits you on normal HP. That's basically what I'm doing here. I'm making sure and I'm checking that if there's a chest here, and boom, I do hear the chest. I loot it. I'm hoping, of course, for a med kit. That would be ideal. I don't get it. That's what happens, man. There is an active randomness to this game, but there also is a huge skill gap with the building where good players will succeed. Right here, I'm low on mats, man. I like to sit around at least 800 like total mats, and right here I'm at 2, 2, and 1. So I'm about like 5 total. So of course I'm going to farm up and make sure I'm comfortable. Another thing with having low health is it sucks. But having low health when you have high mats, if you're a smart builder and you're a patient builder, you can sort of combat that with that. So I come over here and I know where the apples are. Apples are in the same spots every single time. Apples, mushrooms, rifts, they're all in similar spots. Of course, if people take them, they're gone. So if you show up and say, Goblin, you lied, it's not there. It was, but someone took it. See, like over here, I see this thing. And these totems are great because they're actually even a good landing spot, because they can have anywhere from 1 to 3 chests, plus they always have a couple rifts around them. And also the totem itself, boom, you can get 100 brick off of that. So right there, I take that guy out again. Pump to SMG, it's a way to go, man. Double shotgun, of course, is not usable anymore. Running a single shotgun, you put yourself at huge risk. You could technically go shotgun, scar, shotgun, or something like that, but you put yourself at huge risk for the fact that even if I hit them clean in the body with every single pellet, it's only 85 damage with that blue pump. You have to hit the headshot, and you have to have something ready to finish them off. And the silenced SMG is crappy. It's not as good as the unsilenced or the P90, but it's sort of all I had right here, so that I'm going to use it. I'm always going to carry it. It's always, you're going to see it pretty much always the same thing. Sometimes I have been going with no shotgun, like if I have a SCAR, P90, and a grenade launcher. But usually I'm going first slot AR, second slot shotgun, and third slot, this is a tongue twister, I call it the finisher. And that's basically going to be an SMG. So right here I'm looting up. I see that he has an unsilenced one right there. And let's see, I don't really remember. Do I switch it? I should switch it out for that unsilenced SMG if I'm smart. But I think someone else comes up here, if I remember this gameplay correctly, and rushes me, right? So Yeah, I realized that right there, and boom, I grabbed that potion just in case I have to use it mid-fight, because you want to make sure you have the best inventory going into the fight. This guy builds up, I hit him in the body for like 70-something, switch over to the SMG, and then boom, once again with the shotgun. The pump has that reliable damage, and you will be good to go with that. So right here I spot, okay, this is the SMG, and one thing with the zone changes is that the zones come in a little bit slower now, specifically, not all of them, but I think specifically the second storm and maybe the fourth. I don't know. I don't really remember exactly, but a lot of the zones come in a bit slower, and you can sort of run with them, which is great for a couple of reasons. Running with the zone, if the zone is taking you to a far place from your landing spot, you have more time. Of course, there's less time in between them, but it also makes more people move and less camping happen. I really do like the game changes with Season 5. Someone asked me today, what was my favorite season so far? I didn't like Season 5 at first because I didn't really understand the SMG meta. But once you understand it and you realize this is what you have to do. I know there's some people watching this video that still don't use SMGs. Trust me, man. I was one of those people at the start of Season 5, and I would lose a lot. I quickly adapted, and I use an SMG every single time, and I win a lot. Like, the SMG makes a huge difference, man. And just having that, the ability to spam that light ammo, whether it's at builds, whether it's at people to finish them off, it really does help out. And just having, I also like how they change the picture of the SMG, so it's a little more reliable. Like, you can tell which one's silenced, which one is unsilenced. I right there use that slurp juice to, of course, top off on the slurp. Was there 2 slurps there or was there 1? I don't know, but the new updated slurp I probably should have kept with it. At the same time, I think at this point when I'm making this video, though, the slurp is disabled in the game because of some bugs with it, which I don't know what the bugs were, but I think it was like an unlimited slurp or something that was the bug. I really don't know. Maybe you can let me know in the comments, but the slurp juice is now like a mini chug jug, so whenever it comes back into the game, it's something you're going to want to find. Now, at this point, I'm still looking great. The double heals, I'm looking great with the jump pad, and we're top 8, 11 kills. I want to push the tempo, right? So that's what I'm going to do. You can see here, even as I'm approaching this guy, I'm trying to get shots in to just keep the pressure on him, keep him worried that I'm coming. Now I try to get shots in at him. Of course, the SMG, this gameplay was before the latest SMG nerf, which came out like yesterday or the day before, which basically now SMGs suck at range. You can't use them. You hit for like 10 damage or 6 damage. So what you have to do is you have to have that AR for any sort of range damage. Right here's a classic strategy: pump, wall, and then finish him off. That's what you have to do, man. Pump and then get the ability to shoot a pump and then get into the wall is so key. It's a little bit easier for me because I use a scuff controller, which basically has 2 paddles on the back. And what a scuff controller does is, it's a company I'm sponsored by, and I've been using their controller since like 2012, is I have 2 paddles on the back, and my left paddle is my jump button, so I can jump while keeping my fingers on the trigger, and my right paddle pulls out my builds. So it makes those shotgun fights and build in between shotgun fights a lot better. And scuffs are completely tournament legal. All the pro players use them on console. They're really awesome. They are quite pricey, like over $100. But if you use my code GOBLIN, you can get yourself a discount code. If you're in the market for you know, if you care and play this game a lot and you want to be the best player you can, I think it's worth the investment, man. I really do think so. I've been using one since 2012, and I really would feel naked without the scuff controller. It really is something that's helped me, and that's why, you know, I'm happy to take them on as a sponsor. I think I've had them as a sponsor since like 2015, 2014, I don't know, but like as a Call of Duty channel, because of course, if you guys didn't know, I have a Call of Duty channel, and then this is my basically second channel, which of course is right now my main focus because of how popping Fortnite is, and that we hit 500k subscribers, and thank you guys again for that. But that's basically what I'm able to do with the scuff controller. Quick little scuff plug there, man. I'm telling you, like, everyone always asks me about it. I don't even try to bring it up. People just are always asking me about it, and yes, it's good. The drawback of it is that it's expensive. You know, it's an expensive controller, but if you have the money, if you care enough to invest in it, it's worth it. So right here, 5 people left, 13 kills. At this point, I'm like, you know, I still feel confident. 10 minis, I have a campfire here, and I think at this time I should be using the campfire, but I see there's more people over here, and I was being a little bit cocky, I guess you could say, or aggressive here. The smart play would be, I have 2 campfires, I should floor up, put a box around me and sit in the campfire to get max health. But I was feeling confident, you know, when I was on a tear, and that's something that can be a downside too. When you're on a tear like this, sometimes you can be a little bit overconfident. Spot a guy here, and I'm making sure to build and to get an angle in on this guy. He has RPGs. RPGs aren't that scary. except when they're close range where you can't react to build. I dropped down on him because I know I had that blue SMG of death, as I like to call it, and then I think I realized, okay, you know what, there's only 3 people left, I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now this is the final fight here. I approach these people, and usually when there's 3 people left, you got to watch out because you'll see one of them and you want to take him out, but you never know where that sly third guy is. Here we were all in a crazy fight, and I cut the gameplay there because it was just me walking over to the fight. I get this first guy down, and I realize, okay, right now we're in a 1v1 situation. What I want to do is I'm building a little bit higher here because I want this guy to sort of lose track of me. I put down the campfire. You can have a ramp over the campfire and it still works. I heal up, and then I'm just gonna wait until I'm max health to take this next fight. I have a really good inventory, man. You can't ask for much better than this. I think this was before the P90 came out too, so this is like one of the best inventories in the game. Heavy shotgun is so damn good. SMG, obviously amazing. Scar, we all know about the Scar in the RPG. And of course, minis, one of the greatest things for how quickly you can use them. This guy ramps up, I knock him down immediately. And I hit him for damage, I think. Or maybe I didn't, but I dropped down on him and boom, finished him off with that heavy. I took advantage because I realized I had the ability to push that fight. He was weak, he was on the run, and you got to take those windows, not let people heal up, and punish during those times. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a great, you enjoyed the video. I had a great time making it. Thank you guys for 500,000 subscribers once again. Drop a like if you made it to the end, subscribe if you guys are new, and have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.